Hey, welcome to We Are Here. I'm a co-founder of We Are Here with my amazing partner Linda Perry, who was on earlier today, and we decided to take a few minutes here to talk about something that's happening within our own community with a dear friend, and it's pretty interesting that I've been seeing a really positive in what could be perceived as very negative and down time. I'm seeing some positive outcome, and one is community coming together, artists coming together, people coming together, the power of focused energy, the strength of music and art. Um, I want to introduce my dear friends, Maddox and Matt Weaver. We're partners together. Matt is the original producer and still producer of Rock of Ages. Maddox has been played guitar in a band. Kel Hanna has played in Rock of Ages for many years. We have over the last year really bonded. We built a big facility in Hollywood. It's now closed right now. We're going to see it to the other side. It will open again.
Yeah.
And Nick, our dear friend, was a big part of that. Matt Maddox, thank you for joining.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank
Why
you.
don't you give a little bit of background here on Rock of Ages and relationship with Nick and where we'll get to where we're at right now.
Cool. I'll keep it short. And Maddox, feel free to chime in. But I was thinking about it as we were getting ready to go. There's something, and you'll see with all the people rallying behind Nick Cordero, there's something about Rock of Ages that it's maybe not like on other theater shows because people get very close and Constantine or Rebecca can talk about this. But I think it was something about Rock of Ages. It was a lot of people's first shows and first successes. And there was something about Rock of Ages just because of the nature of it, that it was sort of us against the world and we were always an outsider. And I think that combined with just the luck of these beautiful people that came involved has created this incredible bond, especially as you'll see with all the people rallying behind Nick. And very briefly, we were just lucky enough to have Nick join our cast. I believe it was in Canada. He was one of the few Canadian people that were in the show there.
Nick actually did the first tour.
Yeah, I did the first tour,
Yeah.
and then was with us on Broadway. And was, we were just so fortunate to have him actually move out from New York to Hollywood last year to join Rock of Ages Hollywood at the Bourbon Room, which Carrie is a partner, and we pulled that off. And so we're blessed to have him. And again, I was just thinking about it because it's incredible, and Maddox can speak to it, how everybody is rallying around this man and why.
I think we should take a step back and relay sort of why we're here, why we're talking about this. About 2 weeks ago, when the quarantine started and we had to shut down Rock of Ages, Nick, this is a personal story for Nick, but Nick went to New York to wrap up his apartment over there and finished moving out to LA to continue Rock of Ages Hollywood. And while he was in New York, he contracted coronavirus,
Yeah.
which was misdiagnosed on the front end as pneumonia. And he eventually ended up in ICU and has had some complications recovering from COVID. So that kind of leads us up to where we're at now. Today, he's gotten a lot of positive news, a lot of small wins. But we want to really just raise awareness for what Nick's story has been while he's been unconscious and been in ICU. I started a face group chat this past Sunday, and about 200 people are in that chat group now. We started talking, sharing memories of Nick at the same time, focused at the same time every day. One of Nick's old friends, Ro Sardona, that he wrote songs with, was in a band with in Canada. He's actually here.
Can we bring Ro in right now for a minute?
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring Ro in.
If Laura, if you can do that, we're doing the show in real time, and usually I'm switching the show. I'm not usually on it, so Laura or Steve, if you can pop Ro in. It looks like someone's coming in. It looks like Ro.
So we
usually I'm switching the show. I'm not usually on it. So
hey guys, yeah.
Hey, bro. Your camera's not on. There you are. There we go. Awesome.
So Ro, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about your relationship with Nick? And obviously he's a close friend to thousands, but you've known him for a very long time, from way back.
Yeah. Nick and I go way back for sure. He's probably one of my dearest friends. Nick and I have been writing songs together for about 20 years now. I don't know anyone more dear to me, to be honest with you. And this has hit us all pretty hard. The true bond I share with Nick is music. That's how we met. That's how we build our relationship to this day. Nick and I we're gearing up to share some new music with the world, and we're still ready to do that. I think music's the great healer, and I'm pleased to get this music out there now, so that everybody can kind of be close to him and share along.
Ro and Nick and I were meeting. In fact, I was waiting for stems to come for songs to get into maybe some production notes and take it to the next level. And we're still going to do that. I think maybe we jump into Danny, our amazing friend Danny, who's been very helpful in social media and video editing, and just the guy's a wonder kid. Everyone's a kid when you get to be my age. He cut together a little montage of Nick's photos, some of his career highlights, family photos of Nick, against a song that you did together with Nick. You wrote and produced with Nick, right?
That's right, Kerry. This is a song that we're going to share with you. It's called "We Need a Miracle," and I can't help but think, when you look at the lyrics of this song, I don't think any of us could have imagined the premonition that this content had. The vision was where, the world is, when we wrote this was before COVID. And even at that time, Nick and I felt like, there's something on the horizon here. The world needs a little bit of a rally. And lo and behold, the situation we all find ourselves in today, the song took on a whole new meaning. And hence it's been getting a lot of play right now. So Again, I feel it's a song that carries a message. It's a rally cry. We want it to be an anthem. And Nick and I always believed in the spirit of music changing consciousness. And I think that's what's happening right here, right now with this community. We're trying to will this guy back to it, and the mass consciousness is helping.
Yeah, there's an amazing story that I think we'll tell after we run this song. And so we're doing this, like I said, in real time. Usually I'm switching the show. I'm not on it and switching the show and streaming it from my garage. So Steve, if you can even jump in with your voice of God from our other location, who's actually doing all the magic to get this on YouTube. Do we need to mute our microphones?
No, we're good.
You go ahead and play it.
We're good. We can, we're ready to go.
So why don't we go ahead and do that and play that the song that we just discussed, and I think we'll see some amazing images of Nick, and then we can come back and we're gonna have some guys. We'll have some amazing people that are going to join after the song, talk about Nick and working with Nick, and tell this amazing story of a man who is still with us and hitting with some positive energy right now, is making some big change.
With a own special kind of potion. When you feel it, go stirring emotion. All day long, something's wrong. We need a miracle. We need a miracle.
Awesome. Awesome. That is a great, great, great tune. And I get chills every time I hear that tune. It gives me chills. I think that this is a good time to bring in somebody that's very close to me and has been for over 10 years, somebody that's very, very close to Nick in the Broadway community. Nick not only is an incredible musician, Nick Cordero is an incredible actor. He's a laundry list of huge Broadway shows, Tony nominated. But I want to bring in a good friend of Nick's named Constantine Maroulis, who was in Rock of Ages with Nick. Take it away, Constantine.
What's happening, everyone? Thank you, Maddox. It's crazy to be all brought together with such an event like this, but it's been wonderful to connect with everyone again about our buddy, our brother, Nick Cordero. I first met Nick Cordero. We opened Rock of Ages 2008, late summer, off Broadway. Then on Broadway, spring 2009, big hit, was everywhere, just like the greatest year of our lives. We were going to put a tour out on the road. We had the greatest original cast. I was like, oh my God, how can we have another cast of this show? We've been together so long. We helped build this show all together. And I remember walking into, I was still starring in the show after the Tonys and all of that stuff, but I was set to rehearse a tour at the same time while still in the show, and while I was going to have a baby, all of this crazy stuff was happening. I remember walking into rehearsal day one, and I'm 6'3", okay? And I saw this massive guy, Nick Cordero, who's got to be 6'5". He's massive. Turns out we have the exact same birthday. We became quickly just best friends. We had the greatest tour. That cast, I cherish all of my relationships. I never thought that, even performance-wise and artistically, we could ever top the original cast. But we brought such a magic together. We took the country by storm. We were on, late-night shows and crazy tours, and we played rock shows. After the musical would come down, we'd hit a local club, and the guys in the band would play a show, and Nick would be the front man, and we just got so close. His voice, his generosity.
Yeah, I know, bro.
And when I heard, look. We've all been through so many emotions with this over the last couple of weeks, but his dear wife, his son, Elvis, we can't forget that, they have been just, bowled over by this event, and yet so much positivity and so much good vibes out there for this guy. And we've been on this roller coaster. He was doing fine. He was doing well. He was strong. And then, he crashed pretty hard one night, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And we've all been together. And, it's just been beautiful to see everyone rallying and this positivity, as you spoke of. I don't know. He's such a warrior. He's such a champion. I know that he's going to come out of this. He's got this amazing wife and family that's going to help him through this when he wakes up, and we all know he's going to. He's just been through so much. His body, even though he's such a big guy, I can't help but think how much he's endured. And really, I don't want to take all of your time, but I love this guy. We all do. Who else could impact the entire country, take the world really by storm? Fans from all over the world, friends, colleagues, the entire Broadway and music community have really been impacted by this. It's been wonderful to, hear his music, although it's quite new, and everyone respond to it. And I just know, he's going to be so bowled over by the love when he wakes up, and we're able to see him and bring him back from this place. Yeah. I don't know, man. He's just such a great guy, and you're going to meet so many awesome people. So every day, you know, Amanda, she's just incredible. Amanda Klutz, of course, his wife, you know, great actress, dancer, but fitness guru, and just healthy life coach of unicorn positivity. I mean, just a wonderful person and great gal. And, you know, so she's rallied this hashtag Wake Up Nick, you know, sort of movement. And every day at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Pacific, we've rallied and we've played his music and we've danced and we posted it. And it's like you can feel the whole world really connecting. And he's responded, you know, and without going into too much of the family's details, he's responding. He hears her, and it's incredible.
Yeah, that gives me absolute chills, and I'm totally aligned with it. You know, it's definitely the crystal hippie in me, I guess. But it totally, I am seeing it, I'm feeling it. I literally have chills right now talking about it. The community has rallied around music and focused positive energy, and you know, there's FaceTimes happening where vitals are changing in a positive way, and we're seeing this amazing reaction to people focusing their energy on love and a positive outcome around music in this case and a song. I think we should bring some more friends in right now, and we can sort of talk about that, what's happening right now, because some people here may know what's happening and others might be hearing it for the first time, but it's magic. It really is. Who do we have in the waiting room right now?
I think we have my first Sherry on the road for the first national tour. We had this incredible cast, incredible tour, great company, great swings, great band members. So many great people are tuning in, you know, from Mig and Sean Janess, and this next gal, super talented actress, singer, vocalist, Rebecca Falconberry. She and Nick are very close, and we all are, and we'd love to hear from her and just some things about Nick.
Sure. Why don't you guys riff with Rebecca? I'm going to hide my video for a minute to make sure that we have all the music and video
cool.
Queued up. I'll wait and say hi to Rebecca, and then I feel that she's coming here. We got to
She's
turn
coming.
on the video.
I think she's in the
Bahamas. All right.
In the Bahamas.
Yeah.
She's probably quarantined with her family.
There's
on
Rebecca.
The island somewhere.
Am I in?
Yeah. Thank you.
Are you there, Ma?
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Rebecca.
One of the best Sherrys that's ever done it. We've seen her all over television, and
Oh, thank you. I've got you on YouTube too. Let me turn you off there.
Oh, YouTube.
There we go.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Got 18 devices working.
I know.
Hi.
I'm watching the YouTube while I'm on the Zoom call, while I'm with Maddox on my phone, so I don't miss you. It's
no,
so
we're
good to see
here.
your
We're
faces.
just catching up about Nick. So, you know, please give us a few moments.
I mean, yeah, that national tour, I had just moved to America like 2 or 3 months before from London. And that tour, like, you can't describe how special that group was. And I think there's something about getting up for the bus at 6 a.m. to go to the airport, to fly to Ohio, to go to Detroit, to go to, you know, Chicago, Boston, and sit through tech with each other. And whether creating art is your job, whether you're doing it as your hobby, there's something about making music together, being on a stage together that bonds you and creates just this special thing, this vibe, this energy between you, where it's a family and you care about each other. And whether time is passing and you're seeing things on Facebook, and because we did the national tour, and apart from Nick being hilarious, apart from him being like a big teddy bear that if you've not, I can't wait for my Nick Cordero hug when this is done, because he gives the best. And like, we used to, after that, we would, first of all, what you didn't mention is that your band group was called the Most Handsome Men in the World, which I'd say was facetious, but I think you guys are being serious. And we had these epic gigs of just like rock and roll and, you know, drinking and having fun, and as well as putting on this epic show.
How did Constantine allow Nick to be the front man? How did that happen?
Well,
he was resting his voice.
That's a good question. You know, we had so much success on Broadway with the show, and I was sort of leading the charge on tour, and you guys had, me on television every morning at 6 o'clock and radio interviews every morning at like 5 a.m. And, we were all over TV and press, and certainly, Rebecca was there, and a lot of people would get tagged in to help me out. But,
but you always had to be there. So we went out and you would get up at 5 a.m.
and to wail the way I had to do it. And I've always done 8 shows a week. I left Nick, I left it. It was their thing. And I would get up there once in a while with them, but I wanted it to be their thing. And I would go and I would watch as a fan. But this way, what's great about Rock of Ages, it's such an ensemble show. Yes. I got to have so much shine in it for so many years. But it's a show that we've discovered so many incredible talents, and actors that can do a myriad of different roles. So many people have been close to Nick, and he was seamless with every cast that he worked with and all of that. So I just think it was a time for them to do their thing. And we all, we were doing decent sit downs, so we would be living with each other. And what was it called when we would go through the airport, and whoever was late because they got too wasted the night before, they had to wear the dildo to the airport. And
there was a name for it, but it was a prize. That wasn't.
We want to keep
a glitter.
We want to keep this family friendly. We keep it very family.
There was an award. There was a glittered award that you got if you were the Hot Mess Award. That's what it was.
Hot Mess.
And it would be given out on the bus on the way to the airport.
Let's steer it back to, I think that we've got a lot of eyes and ears on us right now that aren't necessarily familiar with Nick's story. I want to bring in Erin Cummings, who is another extremely talented actress, very good friend to the Rock of Ages family. And she is a breast cancer survivor. She knows firsthand what the power of positive energy surrounding you and what a difference that can make. Because a lot of time, I personally am not that person that has ever been a cheerleader or super positive. I've always been a little bit cynical, but seeing Nick's story and seeing firsthand how organizing positive energies can affect the outcome of any illness, breast cancer, COVID virus, cancer of any kind. Erin can speak a lot to that. Is Erin available?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Here she is.
Hi.
There she is.
Hi. So thank you, Maddox, and thanks for bringing me into this call. My name is Erin Cummings, and I met Maddox and Constantine and Rebecca, and I didn't meet Matt, but he and I have texted a lot recently. And I met Mig and, of course, Nick. It was about 10 years ago. I was working on a TV show in Detroit, and when Rock of Ages came through, the producers coordinated a meet and greet of our cast and their cast. I hung out. I saw the most handsome men in the world Monday night perform. And I think I probably saw the show like 4 times that week, and have continued to stay in touch with Maddox and with Nick over the years. I was so excited to reunite with Nick again at the opening night here in Los Angeles at the Bourbon Room, thanks to Maddox's invitation. And when all of this happened, Maddox thankfully kept me in touch, and I said, I want to be able to be there in the way that people who are in the immediacy of grief need that. And as Maddox touched on, I was diagnosed with breast cancer right after my husband and I got married, and my husband also got very sick that same time. So we spent our first year of marriage in a really dark place. But through that, we were really able to come out of that darkness because of so much light shining around us. So us being on the other side of that, we've been able to go see Amanda and share some of our experiences and how they're relatable. And one of the things that my husband actually came up with the idea to do is to compile videos. There's so many people as an artist, especially when you're as these guys have done, as you've toured around the world, you meet so many people. You do shows in this city, you move to New York, you move to Los Angeles, you're touring the world, you come from another place. Nick's world of people is so vast and wide, and everybody is feeling this sense of helplessness of wanting to do something. And, you know, there's only so many gift baskets you can send to Amanda. You know, there's only so many toilet paper rolls that one can have during a quarantine. And so my husband, Tom, and I decided to think outside of the box and come up with another way for people to feel like they could be part of the healing process. And so we also knew that when Nick wakes up, he's not going to immediately be able to come home. He's still going to be stuck there in ICU, and he's going to be really bored. So we thought, what can we do to give him something to look at and to know that there's been so much happening around him? So we've reached out, thanks to the help of Maddox and Amanda and friends and family, to a lot of people who have compiled 30-second videos. And in the editing process of now well over 100 videos, the positivity has really been able to shine through. And I feel a little selfish because so far my husband and I are the only two that have seen it. But knowing that all of these people are independently focusing their energy on sending positive energy, positive feelings towards someone who needs it. And then that collective power, as Constantine was touching on, it has the ability to move mountains. You know, obviously, top of the list, the doctors and nurses and staff at Cedars-Sinai have just been giving the most incredible medical service. I mean, he is getting top of the line treatment there, cutting edge treatments. But then there's that other level. There's that other level that we can't explain. We don't know. We just kind of have to say, we hope it works. We think it works. Whether you want to call it prayer or meditative intentions or woo-woo, it doesn't really matter. It is this collective body of people that we've now seen all over the world, as Constantine said, at a specific moment, saying right now, we're just thinking about this person. You know, Nick really has become almost the poster child for COVID-19 at this point. He's been in all the press because he is the exact opposite of what we've all been told is the quote, you know, high risk factor. He's a young guy. He doesn't have these, you know, major health issues that anyone's aware of. He also has these powerhouse lungs as a Broadway star. And so this is really a story that's been captivating the world. And I think given a lot of people room for pause to look at how this situation might affect their own lives. And we're all living through Amanda's experience. But I love our 3 p.m. dance parties because in addition to sending that positivity to Nick, I mean, what's it done for you guys? I don't know about you, but I have been sitting in this quarantine hell of carbo loading and non-hair washing. And I think that knowing every day that I'm going to get up and at 3 o'clock and I'm going to move my body and I'm going to sweat and I'm going to sing my friend's song, that makes me feel good. That makes me not want to, you know, climb down and cry in the bed and go, why is it Nick? It makes me go, no, I have some power in this. I can send my positive energy out there across the world to Nick, to his family. And I think that's what's really giving each of us this feeling that we're not helpless. And then in a situation that would otherwise make us feel so, that we can contribute something. I love how people all over the world who don't even know Nick are getting up and dancing and singing right along with us.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning too that, you know, whenever us, you know, those of us that are sometimes prone to being bummed out and depressed and feeling helpless, I'll log on to Instagram and see Amanda, whose husband is the one that's down and out at the moment. She's dancing and singing, and they have a 10-month-old baby named Elvis that she is keeping entertained, and it's an entirely different approach than what I've seen a lot in my life. Not letting the negative aspects of it get you down. They've had people like Frankie Grande send out messages of love and support. Priscilla Presley, Matt Weaver, our producer, and his team reached out to the Presley estate, and
Scott Prizan made that happen.
Yeah, it's Scott Prizan. And Priscilla Presley posted just a message of support and encouragement to Amanda. I think we might have those somewhere. I don't know if through the miracles of modern technology we could put those up there. But it's about Pacific Standard Time. It's about 2:52. So we're at about 8 minutes away from our daily ritual.
I think we should talk. Thank you, everyone. It's like we can do this for 3 days and still be talking about Nick and the situation. And I am seeing this outreach of community like I've never seen before. So we're all like stuck in our. I'm in my garage right now with a virtual background, and I've been in the same chair for a month, it seems. And Leon's getting larger in the belly, you know what I mean? But I look at Amanda, and she is literally the strongest person I've ever seen. I mean, she does. I'm like, if I'm having a bad day and I look at her Instagram account, I'm just like, come on, let's go.
If she can get on there and dance and do her dancer arms and do the TikTok dances and say, let's be positive, and this is a big win, guys. I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. And if I can post about it and someone else can be positive and say, come on, Nick, wake up, come on, buddy. And that's, I feel like, what we're all doing. He's got to feel that. That's got to, I'm in Bermuda and I know it's going across the ocean. And I know people in Australia. Yeah.
And she actually, someone commented on one of her posts, like, oh my gosh, how is she dancing right now? I would be dying. And she replied back, she said, everybody deals with grief in their own way. This is how I deal with my grief, is I got to get up and I got to move my body and I have to dance. And I think that's a really powerful thing, is her saying, you know what? That's okay how you deal with your grief. This is how I deal with my grief. And it works for her. And it's really infectious. It makes you go, well, you know what? The way that I've been dealing with my grief has serviced me so far, but let me try what she's doing. Maybe that's going to inform me of something different. And I know for me, it certainly has, but I love how her positivity is not platitudes. It's not saying everything's going to be fine, everything's perfect, because we don't know what's going to happen. And saying everything's going to be fine doesn't necessarily make everybody feel better, because we just don't know. But what we do know is, in this moment, she's saying we have the power to feel good and to feel positive about what's happening right now. And right now, we're just sending great energy. And that's what I really love, is she's focusing on that, not in the future, just right now. We're going to dance.
Right. And I'm sorry, I'm texting right now because my team has been amazing. We've been streaming for the last 4 weeks. We just kind of invented how we were going to do this as a company. When we were told we have to go home, all of our employees went home with their laptops, and we just have figured out how to put our content online. And thank you for joining. They're trying to get us Amanda's stories so we can show what's happening there with all the reposts. Oh. But I know for sure that we have Frankie Grande, his story that he put on Instagram. And maybe real quick, because we're going to run out of time, we want to get this right at 3 o'clock.
We got to dance.
We got to dance, So this
Zoom link, Carrie, also to put in the chat.
Laura, if you can hear me, if you can send Maddox the Zoom link, this Zoom link right now, he can put it in the Facebook chat, and anyone that's there, you can go ahead, guys, go ahead and throw it in YouTube too. You can ask Emily to do that, Laura.
What that'll allow everyone to do.
Yeah, they can just join it in, and right at 3, we'll jump in with everybody. But let's talk a little bit about the song real quick, and then we'll get to how this happened. I mean, his song titles are really it's kind of like what, like like literally every song title is like, what's going on here, Nick? What are you saying?
Yeah, I think that Nick is, in general, just such a positive guy. He's a very spiritual guy to begin with. And so I think that his lyric writing comes from that place. of something bigger than him, place of hope. And yeah, I think I'm excited for a lot more ears to be on this song in 4 minutes. And we've been doing it every day since Sunday. Without going into a lot of detail, Nick wasn't doing that great over the weekend. And Sunday, Amanda sent out a request for everybody at 3:00 to get together and post videos, take videos of themselves singing and dancing to a song. And at about 2:50 my time, I just decided I'm going to make a face group chat and just have everyone jump into this chat. Everybody add everybody. It ended up being over 100 people. And by 3:00, there were 100 people in that chat posting pictures, talking about memories, posting videos of them dancing to the song. Now that chat group is up over 200 people. A lot of those people hopefully are in this YouTube channel and following along right now. We got about 3 minutes. Do we want to throw up maybe Frankie's message, or?
Yeah, I can do that if you'd like.
Yeah, I think
it's clear.
Steve, if you're there, if you can go ahead and play. We're trying to get these stories ripped, but let's go ahead and play Frankie's, and then we'll be getting close to the 3:00 hour. We'll play the song, and everyone will sing, dance, and jump in. And it's been really amazing to see this go down.
This is my line. This is my line. Ready? Don't suffer fools and you'll be fine. You wrote this line about me. Ready? Just be yourself. You might get slapped like it's a crime. That's true. That's true. Just be yourself. You might get slapped like it's a crime, but just live your life. Live your life. Yeah, that's right, Nick. Like you got one night in your life. Woo! This glitter's for you. True. Wise man. Live your life. Hey, 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 hey! Wise man.
Frankie. Frankie keeps it so super positive too. Where he's going to be doing something with us very soon from his meetings, so I don't feedback from his. Well, I won't spoil it. He's going to be doing a show with us. It's going to be super fun and cool. And maybe because I don't know what we've been able to grab video wise, we're getting ready to go to the song. Why don't we talk quickly about the Elvis song, and then we'll.
Got about 1 minute, less than a minute, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do we have as far as Steve, our voice of God?
Yes.
What do we have for the song to play? Did we just have an MP3?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, great. So I think people should go to Amanda's Instagram and take a look at what's happening there to really get a feel for this. And everyone here is a part of it, and it's truly, truly amazing. And again, one of the strongest people I've ever met. And I really know her through social media. You know, I know Nick well, but Amanda would, I know her through social media, and she's a connector for sure. Yeah, I think it's almost 3:00 here. So I don't know if people actually, if we got the Zoom link out to people, if people have joined the Zoom link.
Yeah, we're working on it right now.
Oh, okay. Maybe just pop up, Steve, a couple of the Instagram videos if you have them. Our team was just grabbing some.
Sure,
to show what people have been doing. There's hundreds of them.
I got a handful, getting those loaded right now.
Great, thanks.
Live your life.
Read a sign and just live life. Live your life. And it's all right. Live your life.
Well, I really want to thank my team at We Are Here for pulling this together literally 2 hours ago, and everyone that's jumped in so last minute to talk about Nick and the story. We do have a Music Cares donate button if people want to donate to Music Cares. There's also a Broadway. What is the Broadway charity? Do you guys know?
Broadway Cares Equity Plus AIDS.
Yeah. Go check that out if you have a few bucks. I know it's tough for everybody right now. And Amanda's Instagram handle?
Amanda Klutz.
There you
go.
Amanda
Klutz. KLOOTS.
Right. So it's time to do the song, and Amanda will change your life. So if we can roll the song, Steve.
Yeah, here we go.
Everyone sing with us.
All right.
This hurts like hell, but it feels right. Far as I can tell, you made your mind. I wish you well, but won't be on the other side. Biding my time. Live your life. You've got your plans, I got mine. Who understands how stars align? If one shooting past, then I'll consider it a sign that you're still alive. Live your life. And it's alright, live your life. Like you got one night, live your life. I learned the rules from a friend of mine. Don't suffer fools and you'll be fine. Just be yourself, you might get slapped like it's a crime. Don't you bet a night. Live your life. 'Cause it's alright, live your life. Like you got one night, live your life. You live and learn and then come up the other side a bit more wise. Live your life. It's alright, live your life. Like you got one night, live your life. They'll give you hell, but don't you let them kill your life, not without a fight. Live your life.
I see a lot of people are trying to join and they can't get their videos on, but thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Matt.
Love you all.
You guys.
Thanks.